Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet.
Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into our time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
I know the wind's a bit much in here today, but we're going to give it a shot because it's hot and I got to have the fans going here. So I hope you won't mind because you're not going to hear me that much anyway. You're going to hear the Chase and Sanborn Hour from 88 years ago. Charlie McCarthy, Edgar Bergen, Don Ameche, W.C. Fields, and guest Gladys George. They'll all be on here, along with an episode of the Mercury Theater on the air, Orson Welles, from 1938, Bram Stokers Dracula. You'll hear both Welles and Martin Gabel as Dr. Van Helsing. And we'll wrap it all up with an episode of Lum and Abner. That's what's coming up on this Sure Happy It's Friday, this TGI Friday, I should say, 11th day of July, 192nd day of the year, 173 days left. Pope Clement the Seventh excommunicated England's King Henry VIII on this date in 1533. Marine Corps was reestablished on this date in 1798. Marine Corps hymn, honoring the Marines who were reestablished on this date in 1798. They were disbanded after the American Revolutionary War. It was on this date in 1804, former Vice President Aaron Burr was fatally wounded, former Secretary of the Treasury Alexander Hamilton in a duel on this date in 1804. Hamilton would die the following afternoon. Chimes heard on in London for the first time on this date in 1859. The sound of the Big Ben, the great bell inside the clock tower of London's Parliament building, chiming for the first time on this date in 1859. In 1864, Confederate General Jubal A. Early and his troops attacked Washington, D.C. They retreated the next day, ending the Confederate threat to occupy the capital. On this date in 1914, Babe Ruth made his Major League Baseball debut as a pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. Could you imagine if in 1914 they had the designated hitter rule and we never would have seen Babe Ruth be what he could be? It was on this date in 1977, Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. posthumously awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom for his work to advance civil rights.
It is highly significant that you, Mr. President, a white Southerner, would become the first American president to recognize the importance of Martin Luther King Jr.'s contributions.
Coretta Scott King, the widow of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. It was on this date in 1995 the U.S. and Vietnam established full diplomatic relations.
This moment offers us the opportunity to bind up our own wounds. They have resisted time for too long. We can now move on to common ground.
President Clinton and I still have a great deal of difficulty. Of all of the communist countries in the world, I'm amazed that Vietnam is the one which the U.S. probably has the best diplomatic relationship with. In 2004, CIA Director George Tenet left his position at the agency. 2006, the Bombay terror attacks on trains killed more than 160 people, injured 460 others when 7 bombs were detonated on the train network in the Indian financial district of Mumbai. The blasts were said to be carried out by members of the radical group Students Islamic Movement of India. And it was a sad day. Back in 2006, we had a young lady who was a student who gave us a lot of information. I'm still not going to identify her, but I will tell you that she gave us a lot of inside information as to what was actually happening at that time, and it was a truly sad day. 2015, 10 years ago today, El Chapo, Joaquin Guzman, escaped from maximum security prison in Mexico, his second escape. It was on this date 6 years ago today, singer R. Kelly, arrested in Chicago after he was indicted on 13 federal counts, including sex crimes.
Has a lot of fans, a lot of people praying for him, and they're wishing him the best. And, the best outcome is for him to be out. And that's what we all hope.
R. Kelly's publicist Daryl Johnson Kelly sentenced to 30 years in prison on racketeering and sex trafficking charges. And it was 4 years ago today, Richard Branson became the first civilian to be launched into space via his own Virgin Galactic spacecraft. Among those passing away on this date in history, Sir Laurence Olivier.
Kathy, you loved me. What right to throw love away for the poor fancy thing you felt for him, for a handful of worldliness? Misery and death and all the evils that God and man could have hammered down would never have parted us. You did that alone. You wandered off like a wanton, greedy child to break your heart and mine.
From the 1939 motion picture Wuthering Heights, Olivier did get an Academy Award nod for that. It would be another 8 years before he would get an Academy Award, and that would be from the motion picture Hamlet. Sir Laurence Olivier passing away on this date in 1989. He did do some radio work over the years. George Gershwin also passing away on this date. Singer Helen Forrest and Frances Langford, both two great singers from the days. Bob Hope was Frances Langford did a lot of work with Hope, particularly in his USO shows. Barnard Hughes, wonderful character actor. He did have a starring role in a TV program called Doc. First Lady Lady Bird Johnson passing away on this date. Mac from Night Cart, Charlie Robinson, passing away on this date, and passing away a year ago today, the wonderful actress Shelley Duvall. Among those born on this date include another wonderful actor, Yul Brynner.
Oh, good morning, Your Majesty.
You think you teach king lesson, but this is one lesson you do not be paid for teaching. In future, you will stop instructing wives and children in silly English song, Home Sweet House, in order to remind me of breaking promises I never make, etc., etc., etc.
From The King and I, Yul Brynner won a Best Acting Oscar for that motion picture. Yul Brynner, born on this date in history. Also, President John Quincy Adams, born on this date in history. Also, the ex-wife of Jack Klugman, her best work in Match Game. Brett Summers, born on this date. Actor Tab Hunter, also born on this date. And a wonderful pro wrestler, Hacksaw Butch Reed. He was born on this date in history, and a wonderful pro wrestler he was.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy. It is now time for the birthday announcements. The following people are now officially older than dirt.
She won an Emmy Award for her work in Once and Again. Celia Ward is 69 years old today.
I worry about other people. That's something I guess you better get used to about me.
Celia Ward, 69 years old today. Bon Jovi's Richie Sambora, 66 today. She did the songs Luca and Tom's Diner. Suzanne Vega, 66 today. She starred in Days of Our Lives and Melrose Place. Mrs. Harry Hamblin, Lisa Rinna, 62 today. From the show, TV shows Wipeout and Talk Soup, John Henson is 58. From Grey's Anatomy, Justin Chambers is 55. Rapper Lil' Kim is 51. Also from Grey's Anatomy, Rachel Taylor is 44. And from Gossip Girl and Revenge, Connor Paolo is 35. Those just a few of the people celebrating the 11th day of July as their birthday. If this is your birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
And the first half of the Chase and Sanborn Hour will be coming up in just a moment from 88 years ago here on Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox.
You can help children, old folks, the sick, and the aged. You can help destroy juvenile delinquency. You can make your town a healthier place in which to live. You can do all this with just one gift, a contribution to your community chest. 4 out of 10 families in community chest areas benefit directly from the services you help to support. The other families benefit indirectly by better community living conditions. So make your town a better place to live. Give generously to your community chest.
All right, we get started on this Friday edition of Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox with an episode of the Chase and Sanborn Hour. I know, coffee on a hot day like this, really? Well, you know. Well, it's 7-Eleven day. You know, go up to the convenience store and get you some. 88 years ago today, July 11th, 1937.
The makers of Chase and Sanborn Coffee, the superb blend of the world's choice coffees that you get at such an economical price, present Gladys George, Dorothy Lamour, W.C. Fields, Ray Middleton, Edgar Bergen, and Charlie McCarthy, Robert Armbruster, and Don Ameche. This is the Chase and Sanborn Hour.
This is the Chase and Sanborn Hour, and this is Don Ameche greeting you.
You mean me, Ameche?
Yes, Charlie, greeting you and everybody for the sensational dramatic actress, Miss Gladys George.
Oh, I'm certainly glad as glad can be. She's here.
Yes, we're all glad Gladys is here. And that goes for one of the country's outstanding young baritones, Ray Middleton.
Figaro, and all points well.
Greetings, too, from W.C. Fields.
Never heard of him.
Dorothy Lamour.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Edgar Bergen.
I was slipping again.
And Charlie McCarthy.
The top, but definitely top.
The thing I like about you, Charlie, is that you're so self-effacing.
Oh, of course.
So write about efface and pay careful attention as Robert Armbruster conducts the Chase and Sanborn Orchestra in Johnny One Note. here after hearing Robert Armbruster and his orchestra entertain us so royally. I'll bet you Charlie is sorry he didn't listen more carefully last week.
Yes, and Charlie, and don't you regret letting them take back your piano?
Well, yes and no, Mr. Bergen, yes and no. Now, that piano was far from good, and I didn't help it any either.
No.
I tell you, it sounded like a rebuilt typewriter.
It did.
Yes. I think it was an old 8-cylinder harpsichord with a new paint job.
Is that so?
Yes, it was no good. I couldn't get more than 2 sonatas on it to the gallon.
Is that so?
That's all.
Well, just how far did you go with your music lessons, Charlie?
Well, my teacher gave me a piece called All My Life.
Yeah.
And it took me nearly that long to learn it. Well, I tell you, it was so long. It must have been a lot of pages.
Yes.
Disgusting.
Yes.
Well, it took so long to play it. When I finished, my clothes were out of style.
And I suppose that was the extent of your musical education.
Well, no, not completely.
No.
Oh, no. You see, I played in church on a one-stringed instrument.
You did?
Yes.
One-stringed instrument?
Yes. One-stringed instrument. Do you give up?
Yes.
I rang the bell.
Oh, no. Well, that doesn't take much knowledge about music, does it?
No, but I know music.
You do?
Oh, I played in the school band.
You did?
Yes. We were all picked men.
But you know so little about music. How could they all have been picked men?
Well, maybe they picked me a little before I was ripe.
I see. Now, just what did you do in the band?
Well, I was in it. If you must know, I carried the front end of the bass drum. I got the job when the drummer dropped dead in his trap.
I see.
He snared at me once too often. Isn't that awful?
Yes.
I just don't care.
No, I know.
Oh.
Well, I imagine it is fun playing on a school band.
Oh, it is, Mr. Bergen. You just don't know if you don't know.
I know.
And we had a bandwagon, too.
Yes.
I was head man there.
Yes.
I drove the horse. I remember the first time I hitched the horse up wrong. He got all turned around.
That didn't help any.
No. When I said get up, the horse backed up forward.
He did?
Yes. I think I had his suspenders on wrong.
His what?
His garters. I don't know what you call them.
Well, it isn't important.
I don't think so either, no. Well, anyway, I shall never forget driving down Main Street on the bandwagon. All the boys playing extra loud on Saturday night.
Yes.
Oh, what a night.
Yes. That must have been a sight.
Oh, it was.
All of you boys going down the street on that wagon.
Yeah.
What a sight.
Yes, it was. Until the wheel came off the wagon.
Oh, that must have been a disappointment.
Yes, it was. Well, of course, being Saturday night, we had planned on falling off the wagon, but not so soon.
Well, I hope you didn't hurt yourself.
No, you see, I was riding on the horse.
Oh, I see.
And what a horse. I didn't know a thing so full of hay could be so hard.
I don't suppose there was a band concert that evening, was there, after all that trouble?
Oh, there was. Of course there was. And the highlight of the evening was when I played Deep River on my balalaika. And if I say so myself, it was the highlight. Nobody else will say so.
No.
In the middle of the number, a squall blew up, and I was carried out to sea. I drifted for 3 days on an empty balalaika with nothing to drink but bilge water. All right.
That must have made a hit.
No, it didn't.
It did, no.
Well, I tell you, we did take up a collection.
Oh, you did?
Yes, we did.
Yes?
Yes, we took up a collection to buy a wooden leg for our new band leader. You see, we got $2.80. It wasn't much, but we only wanted tin money.
Tin money.
Tin money.
What's that? I don't think that was funny.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think it was funny?
No.
Of all the people in the world, you should have the nerve to stand there and tell me what I said wasn't funny.
Yes.
That's fine. That's nice. That's really nerve.
Yes.
When I pull a bad joke, you sort of move away.
Yes.
You pretend you don't know me very well.
Well, I don't know you after that joke.
No. Of course, when they come around to take pictures of me, then you come close enough.
You'd think we were on a honeymoon. All right.
Charlie's musical adventures may end in disaster, it's really music that makes the world go round. Music and love. For romance is the theme of almost every song. And even when it's a broken romance, if Dorothy Lamour sings about it, it's mighty sweet listening. The you and me that used to be.
We walked together in April rains. The city streets were country lanes. Have you forgotten the you and me that used to be? We'd see a movie or do the zoo, or window shop the avenue. Don't you remember the you and me that used to be? We loved the organ grinder's ragtime tune, paid a man a dime to see the moon. We read the funnies every Sunday noon, always together. Have you forgotten the fun we knew, the crazy things we used to do? What has become of the you and me that used to be? We walked together in April rain. The city streets were country lanes. Have you forgotten the you and me that used to be? See a movie or do the zoo, or window shop the avenue. Don't you remember the you and me that used to be? We loved the organ grinder's ragtime tune, paid a man a dime to see the moon. We read the funnies every Sunday noon, always together. Have you forgotten the fun we knew, the crazy things we used to do? What has become of the you and me that used to be together?
Summer days when you're hot and tired and you can't always enjoy a refreshing swim, a cool shower, or a trip to the country, but there's one way of cooling off that's always right at hand.
That's a frosty glass of delicious iced coffee. But if you want to make really delicious iced coffee, don't overlook one fact. When the ice melts, it dilutes your drink. So for extra strength, measure your coffee somewhat more generously than usual. And for extra flavor, use the blend of coffee that's richer and more satisfying. Chase and Sanborn coffee. And please remember, you always get Chase and Sanborn dated coffee at the very peak of its marvelous flavor. For this superb blend of the world's choice coffees is rushed to your grocer straight from roasting. And the date of delivery, clearly marked on every bag, guarantees freshness. This dating plan also makes expensive containers needless. Instead, we pack Chase and Sanborn dated coffee in an economical dated paper bag. And we put the saving on container costs into higher quality coffees. So in Chase and Sanborn dated coffee, you get finer coffee at a very low price. Try this marvelous blend. It's delicious hot or iced. Buy a pound from your grocer tomorrow.
A few months ago, Miss Gladys George was acclaimed for her fine work in the picture Valiant is the Word for Caring. This week, critics all over the country are praising her for her splendid work in the new MGM picture, They Gave Him a Gun. But just a few years ago, Gladys George was a young actress playing in stock and road companies. And then came her big chance. The leading role in the Broadway production, Personal Appearance. The play that kept New York laughing for 62 weeks and made her a star. For us, Gladys George recreates this role.
Personal appearance. With Gladys George as Carol Arden, the temperamental movie star who was on a personal appearance tour, and Don Ameche as Bud Norton, the small-town boy with the big idea. On a July morning, Carol Arden's expensive foreign car breaks down outside a tourist home on the road to Wilkes-Barre. At first, Carol is furious over the delay. But once she sees Bud Norton, she changes her mind. Now it is evening, and Carol is in the midst of a fight with her manager, who is trying to break up her sudden romance.
I tell you, Carol, you'd better let this kid alone.
And I tell you, Tuttle, you'd better mind your own business. Benjamin Z. Feinberg pays you an exuberant sum.
To keep your mind on your work. Every time you see a good-looking guy with a pair of broad shoulders...
Is it my fault we're stuck in this horrible dump? Why, the interior's worse than the ulterior.
My dear Carol, this is Mrs. Struthers' home for tired tourists.
Is it my fault the car broke down? Am I supposed to fix it? I counted on getting to Wilkes-Barre early and getting a good night's rest.
Now, listen, Carol.
Find out how good these personal appearances will do me if I show myself to the public looking like an old hag. You just wait till I get you back to Hollywood. I'll fix you, Tuttle.
Oh, forget it. If you were really in a hurry, you'd take a bus to get into Wilkes-Barre.
A bus? You're suggesting that I take a bus?
I'm suggesting that you stop making a fool of yourself. You're turning this boy's head, and now you've got him thinking that he's an inventor of some sort.
He's a genius, Tuttle, but you wouldn't understand that. He's invented something for sound pictures.
What?
Oh, I don't know what. But he's gone to get his model to show me. And when he comes back with it, you get out. Do you hear me, Tuttle?
I hear you. Oh, but Carol...
Shut up. Oh, you're so voluminous. But even in spite of you, it has been a peaceful day, a heavenly day. The peace of this old house. Oh, how I hate the eternal rush of my life.
Just a July day in the country, romping through the daisies with a sunburned boy from a filling station.
Oh, isn't he sweet? Oh, Tuttle, I wish he'd seen me in my last picture, The Drifting Lady. That wonderful scene where I sent Gilbert away.
Oh, yes, I know. Spare me.
Where I said, Gilbert, it's just that our pleasant little interlude is ended. But remember me kindly. Just for a brief moment sometimes, when April comes round again, with its blue skies and sudden showers. Think of that April woman who drifted into your life as casually as a summer cloud drifts over a green field, and then drifts on again.
Well, I never heard you do it better. It's a good thing that Bud isn't here.
Tuttle, I'm going to help that boy.
Yes, I know your great glowing heart so well.
Here's the model, Miss Arden. I don't know if you'll be able to get the hang of it, but I've drawn a diagram to show you how it works.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm going out and pray for that garage man to hurry.
Now, Buddy, tell me all about your invention.
Well, you know, I've always been crazy about machinery, putting things together and taking them apart.
Like Einstein.
Oh, no. No, I'm not that good.
Oh, you never can tell.
I've been working on this new principle of sound recording.
Oh, how marvelous, but too marvelous.
Are you sure you're interested? Because Joyce says...
Joyce?
Yeah, Joyce Struthers. This is her mother's place. Joyce and I are going to get married pretty soon.
Oh, I see. Isn't that nice?
Joyce says I'm always boring people to death talking about my invention.
Oh, nonsense. I know even before I see the model, I'm going to find something wonderful.
Oh, well, it's probably not worth a darn.
Oh, now, don't be modest. I'm sure it's the greatest thing that's happened to the movie since the Warner Brothers said, "Let there be sound." But you simply must come with me to Hollywood.
Well, I've been thinking about it, and I don't know if
yes. You must go straight to headquarters. I'll see that you make the proper contacts. I'm not without influence, I may say.
Say, maybe I could take Joyce there in our honeymoon.
Oh, my dear boy, you can't wait for Joyce. You mustn't lose a second. Why, someone else might cash in while you're thinking about it.
Well, couldn't I write a letter?
Write a letter? My dear boy, you'll never yet appall me. Personal contact is the only thing. Do you suppose that I achieve the position I have by writing letters? Oh, no, indeed. Personal contact.
Oh, but gee, I couldn't go to Hollywood now. There's the filling station here. I helped put it in to help Joyce and her mother, and business is getting better every day. And anyway, Mr. Tuttle says I ought to wait.
Now, don't you listen to Mr. Tuttle. There's plenty of room in the car. Just as soon as I make my personal appearance in Pittsburgh Sunday, we'll start at once for the coast.
Well, this is all pretty unexpected.
Oh, I know, dear. It all seems very sudden to you, but That's the way Carol Arden does things.
Oh, gosh, I'd hate going away without Joyce.
Oh, I know, dear. If there were only room enough. But now, show me your model. I'm simply dying to see it. Just think of my being present at the birth of a brand new invention.
Well, here it is.
Oh, it's got a lot of wires and things, hasn't it?
Now, my idea is to utilize the theory of the stroboscope.
The
stroboscope.
Oh, yes, of course.
That is, the loudspeaker makes one vibration for every time light that passes the photocell. You could use an oscilloscope for that.
Why not?
Well, there's no reason at all. You could. I think I can show you with this sketch.
You know, you have the most beautiful hair for a man.
Well, it's thick anyway. Now, you see this line here represents the direction of the light ray.
Oh, yes, it's a cunning little line, isn't it? Buddy, do you mind if I turn on the radio?
Oh, sure, go ahead. I always work better with the radio on. Now, let's see. These two lines here.
Oh, buddy, what is that divine tune? Don't you adore dancing?
Uh-huh. Now, come here and look at this.
Oh, that music, buddy. Isn't it irresistible? Come on. Show me what a good dancer you are.
Oh, I'm not so hot.
Come on. Just to please Carol. You know, you have the prettiest eyes, buddy.
Oh, so have you.
Have I?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell what color they are. And that sweet smell.
Oh, you like my perfume?
Oh, perfume, that's what it is.
Yes. It's called Polly's Moy d'Amour. It means speaking of love.
Gee, women must like funny names for stuff. Makes you sort of dizzy.
But it's a nice feeling, isn't it?
Yeah. Say, do you know, you're beautiful.
Am I? Do you really mean that?
Do I? Why...
Well, hello there. Listening to the music?
Oh, hello. Well, I was showing Miss Arden my model.
Well, don't let me disturb you. I'm just waiting for that garage man to get through.
Miss Arden turned on the radio, and we sort of got to dancing.
Well, we can all just sit here and enjoy the music.
Oh, darn, there's somebody wants gas. Excuse me a minute, will you, Miss Arden?
Why, of course, buddy. You attend to your work. Don't let me interfere at all.
I'll be right back.
Well, Tuttle?
I'm sorry to have to keep you waiting like this, Miss Arden, but the car will be ready in a few minutes.
Your interference won't do you a bit of good.
Interference?
Don't brandish words with me. You know what I mean.
Oh, so we're winding up for one of our tantrums, are we?
Never mind those impersonalities. Will you be kind enough to explain to me why you took it upon yourself to advise Buddy not to go to Hollywood?
Now, wait a minute.
Benjamin Z. Feinberg pays you an extortionate salary to make things easier for me. Instead of which...
Please, Miss Arden.
Don't please me. You're so conceited, you're absolutely indefensible.
Into what?
Absolutely. You keep on butting in.
And now, little
Now,
woman?
little man.
I'm only trying to prevent you getting into difficult...
Is it my fault I was born beautiful? Is it my fault Hollywood chooses to make me glamorous? Heaven knows I don't want to be. All I ask of life is the tender, honest love of some simple man who'll understand me.
Come on, Carol, be yourself. You know you've fallen for the boy.
It isn't true.
Oh, yes, it is. I wouldn't care if it went for Joyce.
Oh, Joyce. That little nincompoop. She ought to thank me for taking an interest in her friend. I'm trying to make her rich.
You're going to break her heart. Oh, they're crazy about each other, these kids.
But, Tuttle, you don't seem to realize...
Carol, I thought that you would be more understanding. More... Well, do you remember your picture, A Country Sweetheart?
Certainly I remember. They held it over at the Roxy for 2 weeks.
Joyce reminds me so much of the girl you played in that. An innocent country girl, breaking her heart.
It was a beautiful part. I've always felt it had more of the real me in it than anything else I've ever done.
And you remember the scene where the boy finally comes back to her and she forgives him?
I know. I remember. It's where I said, I've learned through pain the joy of perfect understanding, because the suffering has taught me to be big enough to forgive. Ah, how marvelous I was in that.
Because the real you was speaking, Carol. And now that you realize how much these kids love each other, you can't take him away from her. Besides, Carol, you've got to remember what your public would think.
Well, I only meant to help him. But I suppose the world would be ready to believe the worst.
I'm afraid so, Carol.
Oh, I must think. My public, yes. It does seem a terrible sacrifice for this boy's future.
You can still help him.
Leave me. I must have a moment or two alone. A moment or two to commute with myself.
I know you'll do the decent thing, Carol.
Get out.
I'm going. And here comes the man.
I'm sorry to be so long, Miss Harden.
Bud, I have something to tell you. Something I'm afraid it's going to be very hard for me to say.
Why, what's the matter, Miss Harden?
Sit down, my dear.
Why, sure.
You must try to be brave, Bud. I won't be able to take you to Hollywood with me, after all.
Oh.
Oh, don't look at me with those great bewildered eyes.
Huh? I wasn't.
Don't make it too difficult. Someday, perhaps, you'll understand.
But what's happened? I haven't done anything, have I?
You haven't done a thing, dear boy. And nothing has happened. It's just that our little interlude has ended.
Our what?
I mean, it's ended.
Gee, I don't understand.
You see, I'm a creature of whims. And this plan was one of my mad whims that I've decided to forget.
Oh, that's all right, Miss Arden. I thought it'd be sort of uncomfortable going all the way to Hollywood with three of us in the back seat anyway.
Oh, you've taken this so bravely, so splendidly. And now you must try to forget me.
Forget you?
Or if you can't, then remember me, kindly. Just for a brief moment sometimes, when July comes round again. With its blue skies and sudden showers. Think of that April woman.
Okay, Miss Arden, let's go.
That April woman who drifted into your life as casually as a summer cloud drifts over a green field and then drifts on again.
Gee.
Goodbye, my dear.
Oh, I'll go out to the car with you.
But this is our private goodbye. Our quiet moment. Alone.
Come on, Miss Arden, let's go.
All right, Tuttle, I'm coming. Au revoir, buddy.
Thank you, Gladys. And now's the time to get set for your personal appearance with Master Charles McCarthy, while Robert Armbruster conducts the Chase and Sanborn Orchestra in a brand new swing tune, the title song from Walter Wanger's picture, 52nd Street.
Chase and Sanborn Hour with Gladys George, Dorothy Lamour, W.C. Fields, Ray Middleton, Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy, Robert Armbruster, and the Chase and Sanborn Orchestra and Don Ameche continues in just a moment.
At this time, Grace George was just off her Academy Award nomination for her leading role in the 1936 picture Valiant is the Word for Carrie. But most of her time was in supporting roles, including The Maltese Falcon and Flamingo Road. Gladys George passed away in 1954. She was just 50 years of age. Numerous ailments, including throat cancer, heart disease, and cirrhosis of the liver. She died from a cerebral hemorrhage in 1954. We continue now with more of the Chase and Sanborn Hour, but first, we're going to take a quick break for some important messages here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Whenever you drive the car, there is always an unseen, unwelcome passenger with you. That passenger is danger. The danger of a traffic accident. Unfortunately, every person seems to have the absurd notion that he bears a charmed life, that no traffic accident can happen to him. But it can, and too often it does. So when you're behind that wheel, don't take chances. Obey all traffic rules. Drive safely for life, your life, and the lives of us.
We continue now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox with the second half of the Chase and Sanborn Hour, going back to July 11th, 1937, 88 years ago.
Sanborn in the first, Sanborn in the first, Sanborn in the first.
Hey, Charlie, just a minute. What is this Sanborn in the first?
I got a hot tip, a red hot tip. Sanborn in the first. Sanborn in the first.
Well, what is it, Charlie?
It's a race. It's a sure bet. Take my word for it, Mr. Ameche. All the horses will be chasing Sanborn down the street.
Are you sure Chase and Sanborn will win, Charlie?
It's in the bag. You got it? You get it?
I get it, but where'd you get it?
Oh, it's just a little thing I invented.
You invented? Oh, you're an inventor, huh?
Yes, and it's...
Say, I know somebody who's very much interested in inventors. Oh, here she is, Miss George. Do you know Charlie McCarthy, the peerless inventor?
Oh, I love peerless people. I hate cowards. I hope you're really an inventor, not an imposter.
Oh, no, you can be sure. I'm practically sitting in the car right now, you know.
Oh, that's too magnanimous.
Yeah.
What is your latest invention, Charlie?
Well, I'll tell you. You see, well, let's see, what day is it today? Well, back in 1918, and then came the war, and then 1924, and, what did we invent, Bergen? Now, Charlie, you know I haven't invented anything. Oh, yes, you have. Don't you believe in Miss George? He's fibbing.
I love truthful people. I hate procrastinators.
Oh, so do I. Can't stand those perambulators, or whatever. Now, so help me, Bergen's greatest invention was when he invented me. That takes genius, you know. Now, Charlie, what an invention. I am Bergen's piece de resistance. Translated from the French, that means bread and butter.
You know, I've often wondered what that meant. But I'm more interested in you, Charlie, than the man who constricted you.
Yes. Oh, do you really mean that? Oh, be still, my heart. Scrambergen, all right. Would you like...
Oh, tell me, Charlie.
Huh?
Tell me, really.
Yes.
Would you like to be in pictures?
Here I go again. Well, now, coming back to the invention. My first invention was a combination dictaphone and printing press, and it takes dictation, shorthand, and typing. It does anything.
Oh,
anything.
Is that marvelous?
Yeah.
Does it peel potatoes?
Well, if you can dictate a potato, it'll peel it, I think.
Oh, that's too marvelous. But what do you have to do to operate this machine, Charlie?
Well, all you have to do is talk into the machine, see? And as you talk, the type falls automatically, and the press starts rolling around, and out it comes.
Out comes what?
Well, we've often wondered. We're having it analyzed now. It's a great machine. Of course, it isn't perfected yet. There's Something missing somewhere.
And what do you think is missing, Charlie?
Well, for one thing, our assistant. The last time I saw him, he was leaning in the machine, and his tie got caught.
Oh, what a cataclysm.
Well...
What happened?
Well, it's hard to say. His wife has been calling every half hour. But we don't feel that she'd be satisfied with what's coming out.
How disconcerted.
Oh, it does. It'll do it every time, yeah. But my greatest invention, Miss George, you haven't heard about that, have you?
No, I haven't. You know, you're so versatile.
Oh, Yes, indeedy. My greatest invention was a lawnmower, but it wouldn't cut grass, eh? So I invented grass seed that wouldn't grow, see?
Oh, how absolutely excavating.
This is getting annoying. But I found out why it wouldn't cut grass. It needed someone to push it, see? So I put a gasoline engine on the lawnmower.
Oh, did that help, Charlie?
Help? You couldn't hold it from then on. I had to keep it locked up in the barn. One day I left the barn door open and it got away. Last time I saw it was going down Hollywood Boulevard. 15 policemen trying to corner it.
Oh, those poor policemen.
Yeah.
Did it hurt them?
Did it hurt them? It clipped them and it mowed them down.
Every once in a while, a song comes along that zooms right up into the hit class almost from the first time it's played. September in the Rain is a song like that, and today the whole country's singing it. So I'd like to join in.
The leaves of brown came tumbling down, remember, in September, feel the rain. The sun went out just like a dying ember. That September, feel the rain. To every word of love I heard you whisper, the raindrops seem to play a sweet refrain. Though spring is here, to me it's still September. That September, feel the
before dawn. Every cloud has a silver lining. He who hesitates is lost, and love is just around the corner, and so is W.C. Fields. Well, Bill, how you feeling?
Well, I have to look first. I'm feeling fine, Don. Sally, it's me back to old Virginia.
Wait a minute, Bill. Wait a minute. What is that valiant me back to old Virginia?
I'm thinking of Gladys George, Don.
Yeah.
Valiant is the word for curry.
Oh, I see.
Valiant me back to old Virginia. Down on the ho-hi-ho.
Bill, wait a minute. I get the idea.
I'd like to bust the guy in the nose told me that was funny.
All right, Bill.
And speaking of carry, Don, I'm getting rid of a great load today, and I don't mean 2 quarts either. I'm going to take a vacation, Don.
You're going to... Is that so, Bill? You mean you're going to leave us?
Oh, for the nonce, yes. This radio racket has got me down. Last Sunday, I had a recurrence of my double vision, Don.
Is that so, Bill?
Saw 2 Ameches. That wasn't bad enough.
Yeah, what happened then?
Then I saw 2 McCarthy. It was too much. That guy is a thorn, a splinter in my side. I'm going out to the woods and forget.
Well, say, I'm sorry to hear that you're leaving us, Bill.
Oh, you begrudge me a few weeks commuting with Mother Nature, eh? Listening to the twitter of the birds and the stinging of the bees.
No, Bill. I don't mean that at all.
Of the howling of the bloodhounds. How those bloodhounds get into one's blood, Don. Guess that's why they call them bloodhounds, eh?
Yeah, I guess that's right. But, Bill, I didn't really mean
the
that...
The baby rattlesnake playing with their mother's rattle. Very beautiful, Don. The way nature provides those snakes with little toys. You know, Don, the mom of a rattlesnake, you know what she feeds her young?
No, and I don't care.
Oh, you never drank rattlesnake milk, eh?
No, Bill. But if you're really so anxious to take a vacation, I'm in favor of it, Bill.
You want to get rid of me, eh?
No, Bill, I don't.
For 9 weeks you've been avid in your anticipation of my departure. And not until now do you show your ugly teeth.
Oh, now, Bill, please.
Maybe I shouldn't say ugly teeth, Don, after knowing what you paid for them. You think they rooked you? I wonder what they'd allow me on a trade-in for some of mine.
Look, though, Bill, you've got me all wrong. I want you to do what you want to do.
Arguments at every turn. And what's more, you never let me say a word about my friends at Paramount.
Now, Bill.
Adolf Zucker.
Now, Bill, please.
Or Chase and Sanborn.
Now, Bill, wait.
You see, you're rushing me.
Oh, Bill.
Gregory LeConora, Al Jolson, Fred Allen. There, I got him in, all right.
Bill, look, if you stay around, you can say all you want to about anybody you please. Now, how's that?
You close the door after the horse is gone.
What horse?
You know what horse, the one in the 3rd race. You bet on him. Anyway, it's too late now. There's too much argument around here. The thing you and Bergen don't understand is that we radio people are temperamental, very sensitive.
We radio people, Bill. You've only been on the air a couple of months.
That's right, too. Seems like years and years. Anyhow, I'm going for a vacation, far away from insults hurled at me by that little rat, Charlie McCarthy.
Oh, wait a minute, Bill. Here's your nemesis, Charlie McCarthy.
Hello, Mr. Fields. I heard you tell Mr. Ameche you're going away on a vacation, huh?
Well, do you want to make anything out of it?
No, Mr. Fields, but can I ask you where you're going?
Yes, you can.
Well, why don't you tell him, Bill?
Why don't you ask me?
Go ahead and ask him, Charlie.
All right, I will. Where are you going?
I'm going far away, far from the maddening crowds, far from the horse cars, and the crack of the driver's whip. Brrr, crack, crack. Get up there, Mag. Good old Mag horse. Was I happy when gasoline took the place of oats? Those were the happy days when the attendant would say, how many bushels? What kind of cracked corn? And shall I look at her shoe? Then look at me, and then at the horse, and say, is the tank full? And he'd look back at her shoes.
Bill, are you going into the woods?
In the woods? Which one shall I answer? I'm going to the woods to dig up another McCarthy for Bergen. Now remember, Charles, I'll remember you to all your relatives.
I love the woods, Mr. Fields.
Who cares?
Will you take me with you, Mr. Fields?
What, take a sandwich to a picnic? On second thought, I may take you, my diminutive little chum. If I run out of matches, you can rub your hands together and start a fire.
Then you will take me, won't you, Mr. Fields? Can I sleep in the pup tent?
No, my pup tent is very small. I use it to cover my dog. Pup tent. Dogs, meaning feet. Remarkable. Coming from nowhere. And after dinner, Charles, you can take a nap in the fireplace and keep us both warm. The evenings will be cool.
Bill, you know Charlie is already threatened to go on strike.
Picket in the fence factory, eh? I killed that one for him.
Say, Bill, do you expect to do any fishing while you're away?
Don, I had a very unhappy experience while fishing once, an experience I shall never forget.
Well, what was that, Bill?
I shall never forget it.
Yeah, well, what was it, Bill?
I can't remember just now. But I know it was an experience I shall never forget.
Oh, I see.
It comes back to me as though a dream. I was out in the woods doing a little fishing up at Lake Titicaca.
What?
Just a lake. I caught a little fish.
Yeah, go on,
A
Bill.
minnow.
Yeah, go ahead, Bill.
I looked at the little fellow's face. There was a tear in his sad, bleary eyes. It may have been a dewdrop.
Yes, Bill.
Dewdrop, yes.
Yes.
But when I released him from the hook, he showed his gratitude.
Oh, he was glad to get off the hook, huh?
Aren't we all? He wagged his little tail, gambled on the green, and sang, "And tomorrow will be Friday."
Yeah, I know. The fish was a crooner, huh? He went boo-boo-boo, boo-boo-boo before you ate him, and after you ate him, he went boo-boo twice.
Things like this and people like you that drive people like me to places where I'm going. The fish was no crooner. He didn't even know what a horse looked like. Very subtle, very subtle. He wasn't running a racetrack either. If you have any more like that thing, save them till you return to the air.
Is Mr. Field, are you eating a tomato or is that your nose?
That's a comical. That's a comical. Keep quiet. Stop scratching yourself. You'll get sawdust all over the floor. Make this place look like a barroom in a minute. You must scratch yourself. Keep walking around that cuspidor over there.
Bill, look, though, what about that fish you caught?
Oh, yes, thanks, Don. I almost forgot about it. I took the little sick fish home.
I know, in a bucket of well water. Get it?
Very good, Charles. Very good. Sick fish, well water.
Yeah.
Very good, excellent.
I liked it, I thought.
Yes. And then I began a startling scientific experiment in advanced ichthyology, meaning the study of fish, Don.
Yeah, I know, Bill.
Anything you don't understand, I'll only be too pleased to explain.
Yeah, I know ichthyology is a study of fish, Bill. Go
By
ahead.
removing a cupful of water from the bucket each day, I ultimately got the fish to live without any water at all. In fact, at the completion of my experiment, the fish could not hardly drink water. I had to feed him out of a bottle, a little water on the side.
Did the fish get drunk, Mr. Field?
Don't leave that kid out in the rain so much. His brain is warped. The little fish would then follow me around like a dog. One day I was out in the woods hunting.
What were you hunting, Mr. Field?
We were shooting camels.
Oh.
The camel hair coat. I finally turned around amidst his little fin steps behind me.
Fin steps?
I heard a splash in the brook beside me. I immediately removed my habiliments, my alpaca coat, my pale green trousers, my pig-top hat.
Yeah, I know, Bill. Your habiliment.
My socks and garters, with gold initials on them engraved. With love to dear William from Minnie.
Minnie who?
Minnie, ha-ha. I won't tell you.
Anyway, Bill, you heard a splash, and then what happened?
I can't help thinking of that last one, that Minnie, ha-ha.
Yeah, you heard a splash, though,
Yeah,
Bill.
oh, yes, I heard it splash. I wheeled around pronto. And to my great dismay, I found that...
I know, the fish fell in a brook and was drowned.
He beat you to the punch that time, Bill.
Nothing of the kind. That isn't the answer. A dog had treed my little fish.
Oh, wait a minute, Bill. You mean a dog had treed your fish?
Oh, yes, Don, I forgot to tell you. It was a catfish.
All right, Bill.
Continue,
I'm sorry we mentioned that.
I later grew into a flying fish. We flew across the Andes together.
Amos and Andes, you mean?
Listen, Charles, listen. Don't mention names on this program, dear. Am I right, Donald?
Bill,
Yeah?
I hear you're going away on a vacation. Is that true?
Do I have to go over this all again? Who is this, Don?
Why, Bill, that's Bob Armbruster, our orchestra leader. Don't you remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. What happened to his dialect?
Oh, I was just putting that on for Charlie, Bill.
Put it back on again. See if I can tell the difference.
Mr. Fields, when you're away, you're going to send us a postcard?
No, I'll send you some termites.
I got that. I want a postcard. I like postcards better.
Yeah, you get termites just the same.
Do you expect to bring anything back alive, Mr. Fields?
Plenty. If you've ever been camping, you know what I mean. Take care of Charles.
I'll do my best, Bill. I'm going to start a savings account for little Charlie.
Oh, little savings account, eh? Very subtle, very subtle. They're good, yeah.
Mr. Fields, can I ask you, if before you go on a vacation, can I ask you a little favor?
Sure. Is it long?
No, Mr. Fields, I just want to know, would you like to kiss me goodbye?
Say, that's a great idea, Bill. Go on, before you start fighting again. Kiss Charlie and make up.
Yeah.
I've been picking my teeth with better wood than him for years. I'd rather be kissed by a baseball bat. I have dedicated this little poem to this momentous occasion. Farewell, goodbye, my little chum. Hello, soon shall say.
Hello, Bill.
Oh, what fun is coming.
Yes, Bill, yeah.
And coming too. The choo-choo train goes woo-woo-wooing.
Woo-woo-wooing?
Evidently written by a Chinaman. And so, kind friends, adieu. Adieu, my kind of fool.
Well, we'll all be looking forward to reports of your vacation, Bill. So long, and thank you very much, W.C. Fields. Well, I don't know where Bill will finally decide to go for his vacation, but for color and action and wide open spaces, it's hard to beat the Old West. And perhaps Bill will take a hint from Ray Middleton, who sings a group of the cowboy songs you'll hear around any campfire on the plains. Ray Middleton.
Come along, boys, and listen to my tale. I'll tell you of my troubles on the Chisholm Trail. Come a tie-I-F-E-A-U-B-I, come a tie-I-F-E-A-B-A. On a $10 horse and a $40 saddle, I'm a-going for to round up Texas cattle. Come a tie-F-E-U-B-A-U-B-A, come a tie-F-E-U-B-A. And a den lives best when he lives out west and goes by the name of Cowboy. One morning as I was a-walking, I saw a young cowboy come a-riding along. His hat shoved back and his spurs was a-jingling, and as he was a-riding, he was a-singing this song. Hoopie-tie-I-O, get along, little doggies, it's your misfortune and none of my own. Hoopie-tie-I-O, get along, little doggies, for you know that Wyoming will be your new home. All day on the prairie in the saddle I ride, not even a dog voice to trot by my side. My fire I must kindle with chips gathered round, and boil my own coffee without being ground. Hoopie-tie-I-O, get along, little doggies, it's your misfortune and none of my own. Hoopie-tie-I-O, get along, little doggies, you know that Wyoming will be your new home. Deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the yippee-ki-yi-yo. Get along, little doggies. You know that Wyoming will be on a
Way out west or way down east, on dude ranches or at the seashore, this summer more and more people are finding refreshment in a rich, delicious, cooling drink. And the hotter the day, the better it tastes.
And that drink is iced coffee. But oddly enough, many people don't quite know how to make iced coffee in a way that brings out all its goodness. It's really easy. There's just one thing to remember. As ice melts, it always dilutes the coffee. And you must allow for this dilution if you want your iced coffee to taste rich and delicious. So make your coffee somewhat stronger than usual, and above all, be sure to use the blend that gives you plenty of flavor. Chase and Sanborn Coffee. This superb blend comes to you at the very peak of its goodness. For as soon as it's roasted, we rush it to your grocer. And the date of delivery is clearly marked on every bag to guarantee the freshness of this fine coffee. Also, with this dating and rapid delivery system, we are able to pack Chase and Sanborn dated coffee in an economical dated bag instead of a costly container. And we put the saving into higher quality coffees. So you get double value, higher quality, and a low price. Try Chase and Sanborn dated coffee, either hot or iced. Buy a pound from your grocer tomorrow.
With carnivals all over the country supplying the great demand for popcorn, pink lemonade, and rough and tumble rides and slides, Dorothy, Ray, Charlie, and I bow to that grand old veteran of every amusement park, the merry-go-round. All right, Dorothy, we're off, and remember, the one who grabs the brass ring gets a second ride free?
Ask me why I'm happy singing like a lark, and I'll tell you of an old amusement park. A merry-go-round was there, I gladly paid the fare. My Charlie rode around with me, then suddenly, oh, the merry-go-round broke down as we went round and round. Each time 'twould miss, we'd steal a kiss while the merry-go-round went bop, 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 bop. The merry-go-round broke down and made the darndest sound. The lights went low, we both, and oh, and the merry-go-round went bop, 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 bop. Oh, what fun, a wonderful time, finding love for only a dime. The merry-go-round broke down, and you don't see me frown. Things turned out fine, and now he's mine, 'cause the merry-go-round went bop, 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 bop. The merry-go-round broke down.
Let's see who can lean out the farthest.
Oh, I get the gold ring.
I'm a cowboy. Whoa, whoa, wait a minute. Oh, my, trouble, nothing but trouble. Here we are, Dorothy, you and I going around for the first time together, and the merry-go-round broke down.
Yes, and just when I was going to get the brass ring, too.
You know, if I wasn't so liberal, I'd ask for my money back if that guy wasn't so big.
Well, what would you like to do, Charlie?
Anything you want to do, we'll do. It's on me. This is a big evening. Whoopee!
Well, Charlie, I just love popcorn, and that popcorn over there smells awfully good.
Yeah, well, you come right over to the booth where you can smell it better.
Oh, look at that girl with all the snakes, Charlie.
Isn't she charming?
And look at those teeth.
The what?
Fangs.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, watch out, Charlie. Here comes W.C. Fields.
Don't be silly, Dottie. That's a little boy with a red balloon.
Hurry, a free ride outside show is starting right now. Hurry.
You heard what the man said. It's a free show.
You see before you a glittering, glamorous, gorgeous galaxy of gargantuan grandeur, a show full of curiosities gathered from every corner of the globe. Clang, 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 the Cucamonga Man, the only man with the red-dud nose. Edgar, the invincible, the two-in-one man with the bifurcated larynx.
I gotta see
Countess
that.
Kawani, the queen of the archipelagos, doing her world-famous native dances. It's educational and instructive.
I love
Tonight,
education.
for advertising purposes only, the admission is not $1, not 50 cents. Ladies and gentlemen, not 25 cents, but 10 cents. The 10th part of $1. $1. Ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
wonderful, Charlie. All that for a dime.
It isn't worth a dime. Come on, Dorothy. Let's go over to the merry-go-round. There's a man working on it now. I think it's one of those.
Oh, the merry-go-round broke down as we went round and round. Each time 'twould miss, we'd steal a kiss while the merry-go-round went oom-pa-pa, oom-pa-oom-pa, oom-pa-pa. The merry-go-round broke down and made the darndest sound. The lights went low, we both said, oh, and the merry-go-round went oom-pa-pa, oom-pa-pa, oom-pa-pa. Oh, what fun, a wonderful time, finding love for only a time. The merry-go-round broke down, but you don't see me frown. Things turned out fine, and now she's mine, 'cause the merry-go-round broke down.
There always must be an au revoir, and I'm saying it now for our guests Gladys George and Ray Middleton, and for our regular company W.C. Fields, Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy, Dorothy Lamour, and Robert Armbruster. Next Sunday, we shall have as our special guest Ann Southern, who I recently had the pleasure of working with out at 20th Century Fox in 50 Roads to Town. We'll be looking forward to meeting you again, so until next Sunday at the same time, this is yours sincerely, Don Ameche, saying au revoir.
On this program were Johnny One Note from Babes in Arms, the title song from 52nd Street, and The Big Show from Jerome Kern's Head Over Heels.
This is the Red Network of the National Broadcasting Company.
And there you have it, 88 years ago, July 11th, 1937, the Chase and Sanborn Hour. Do you ever wonder if Fields ever really had a script? Or if he even stuck to the script? Well, just weirdness. All right, coming up here on Classic Radio Theater, tomorrow we will have westerns and drama. We will have Gunsmoke from 1954, Have Gun Will Travel from 1959, and an episode of the Screen Directors Playhouse from 1951. And in that program, we will have Henry Fonda starring in The Fugitive, an adaptation of the 1947 picture Fonda, reprising his role as a priest attempting to flee a Latin American country where religion was outlawed. And we'll have an episode of Dear Adolf, a letter from an American housewife and mother to Adolf Hitler. That will star Helen Hayes. On Sunday, more comedy with a 1949 episode of The Adventures of Archie Andrews, an episode of the CBS Radio Workshop, The Case of the White Kitten, an episode of the Jack Parr Show from 1947, and a quiz show, Dr. IQ from Kansas City in 1942. On Monday, we get back to crime and drama, the 1951 episode of Philip Marlowe, the Dear Dead Days, I should say, Escape from 1949, The Drums of the Fore and Aft, and an episode of Calling All Cars from 1938, The Man Who Talked, and of course, nothing could be done unless we went back to 1957 and spent some time with the Toon Sheep Chorus and Stan Freberg. On Tuesday, an episode of the Screen Directors Playhouse production of Yellow Sky from 1949, Will Rogers Jr. in Rogers of the Gazette from 1953, Call the Police from 1947 and The Missing Murder, and the Casebook of Gregory Hood from 1946. On Wednesday, I Was a Communist for the FBI, starring Dana Andrews, Encore Theater, The Now Voyager from 1946, Attorney for the Defense, an episode of The Whistler from 1950, and Edward Arnold in an episode of Mr. President. That's all coming up in the next few days here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Coming up next here, we'll head back, we'll stay back in the late 1930s, 1938 to be precise, for an episode of the Mercury Theater on the Air and Dracula.
This is Peter Halas. As senior editor of the Hungarian desk at Radio Free Europe, I write and edit material destined for an audience still living behind barbed wire. I know those people, for I was one of them. I escaped to freedom in 1956, but there are millions still in captivity. Radio Free Europe keeps them in touch with the world outside, keep RFE on the air with contributions to Crusade for Freedom.
Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox continues now with an episode of the Mercury Theater on the Air, starring Orson Welles. This goes back 87 years to July 11th, 1938. A dramatization of Bram Stoker's Dracula, starring not only Orson Welles as the Count, but also Martin Gabel as Dr. Van Helsing.
9 p.m., BULOVA, Boulevard Watch Time. WABC, New York.
The Columbia Network takes pride in presenting Orson Welles in the first production of a unique new summer series by the Mercury Theater on the Air. In a single year, the first in the life of the Mercury Theater, Orson Welles has come to be the most famous name of our time in American drama. Says Collier's Magazine,
23-year-old Orson Welles threw a bombshell into Broadway.
Robert Benchley writes in The New Yorker,
The production of the Mercury is, I should say, just about perfect.
Time Magazine declares,
The brightest moon that has risen over Broadway in years. Welles should feel at home in the sky, for the sky is the only limit which his ambitions recognize.
And finally, the United Press remarked,
Meteoric rise of Orson Welles' Mercury Theater continues unabated.
With 4 hit shows in its birth year, the Mercury might well close its door on a season unparalleled in Broadway history. But Mr. Welles has long been working on a project for a greater audience, the Broadways of the entire United States. The Columbia Network is proud to give Orson Welles the opportunity to bring to the air those same qualities of vitality and imagination that have made him the most talked-of theatrical director in America today. And it is this project which Columbia brings you this summer, the first time in its history that radio has ever extended such an invitation to an entire theatrical institution. But here is Orson Welles himself to tell you about it. The director of the Mercury Theater, the star and producer of these programs, Orson Welles.
Good evening. The Mercury Theater faces tonight a challenge and an opportunity for which we are grateful. We will present during the next 9 weeks many different kinds of stories. Stories of romance and adventure, biography, mystery, and human emotion. Stories by authors like Robert Louis Stevenson, Emile Zola, Dostoevsky, Edgar Allan Poe, and P.G. Wodehouse. In the cast tonight are Martin Gabel, the Cassius of our production of Julius Caesar, and George Coulouris, who played Antony in that production and appeared also in our Shoemaker's Holiday and Heartbreak House, and other leading Mercury Theater players. We're starting off tonight with the best story of its kind ever written. You will find it in every representative library of classic English narratives. It is Bram Stoker's Dracula. The next time I speak to you, I am Dr. Arthur Seward. George Coulouris plays Jonathan Harker, and Martin Gabel plays Dr. Van Helsing. It is Dr. Seward who tells the story, and so for the moment, goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you in Transylvania.
Mercury Theater on the Air presents Orson Welles as Count Dracula in his own version of Bram Stoker's great novel, Dracula.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Arthur Seward. I'm here tonight to bear witness to the truth of certain events which you may find it hard to believe, but I ask you to believe them. I have here certain documents, telegrams, clippings from the press of the day, memoranda, and letters in various hands. All needless matters have been eliminated, so that a history almost at variance with the possibilities of contemporary belief may stand forth as simple fact. I present you first with excerpts from the private journal of Jonathan Harker.
I, Jonathan Harker, lawyer's clerk, article to Peter Hawkins, Esquire of Exeter, England, am writing this journal in the hope that if misfortune overtakes me, it may one day come to the eyes of those who love me. I set out from London on the last day of April to visit one of our clients in Eastern Europe. On May the 3rd, I arrived in Budapest and came after nightfall to Klausenburg on the borders of Transylvania. At Bistritz, there was a letter of welcome for me from our client, informing me that his carriage would await me at the Borgo Pass. It was signed Dracula.
Bukovina? Couch for Bukovina?
The road was rough, but still we seemed to fly over it with feverish haste. When it grew dark, there seemed to be some excitement among the passengers. They kept speaking to the driver and looking at me and urging him on to greater speed. The crazy coach rocked on its great leather springs. The mountains seemed to come nearer to us on either side.
Coachman! Coachman!
What is this? Where are we?
You're nearing your destination, young hare. This is the Borgo Pass.
There were black, rolling clouds overhead, and in the air the heavy, oppressive sense of thunder. Now, we were through the pass.
The young hare is not expected after all.
You are early tonight, my friends.
A caleche with 4 horses had drawn up beside us.
Let me help you, sir.
The coachman smiled, and the lamplight fell on a hard-looking mouth with very red lips and sharp-looking teeth as white as ivory. We began to move. I looked back. The coach and its load of passengers had vanished from sight. We swept into the darkness of the pass. I struck a match. It was within a few minutes of midnight. And then a dog began to howl somewhere far down the road. The wind was rising, moaned and whistled through the rocks, and the branches of the trees crashed together as we swept along. It grew colder and colder still, and fine powdery snow began to fall. The baying of wolves sounded nearer and nearer, as though they were closing round us from every side. We kept on ascending, always ascending. The howling of wolves was growing less. Presently, it ceased altogether. And just then, the moon broke through the black clouds, and by its light, I saw around us a ring of wolves running alongside the carriage, in silence, with white teeth and lolling red tongues, with long sinewy limbs and shaggy hair.
Welcome to my house.
I must have fallen asleep. The carriage had pulled up in the courtyard of a vast ruined castle. The coachman was nowhere to be seen.
Welcome to my house. Come freely, go safely, and leave something of the happiness you bring.
Count Dracula?
I am Dracula.
His face was strong, very strong, aquiline. The mouth, so far as I could see under the heavy mustache, was fixed and rather cruel-looking, with peculiarly sharp white teeth.
You hear them, Mr. Harker?
The wolves?
The children of the night, as you say, Mr. Harker. The wolves. Listen. Come now. There are many things you must tell me tomorrow. Of England and of the estate there you have purchased for me.
Why, yes.
The estate is called Carfax, I believe.
Yes, that is so.
But now I will detain you no longer. You will find your room in readiness. And I advise you not to leave it during the night.
This castle is on the very edge of a terrible precipice. A stone falling from the window would fall 1,000 feet without touching anything. I explored. There are doors doors everywhere, and all of them locked. The door to the great hall, the door to the courtyard, every door in the castle is closed, bolted against me. The castle of Dracula is a prison, and I am a prisoner. The next night, I couldn't sleep. So after a few hours, I got up and, lighting my candle, I placed my shaving mirror on the dressing table and was just beginning to shave.
You seem restless, Mr. Harker.
I hadn't seen him, although the reflection of the glass covered the whole room behind me. I turned to the glass again. Count Dracula was close to me, and I could see him over my shoulder, but there was no reflection of him in the mirror. It was blank. I started and cut myself on the side of the throat. The blood was trickling down my neck. Count, my mirror!
The blood! The blood! Wipe the blood from your face, Mr. Harker. And take care how you cut yourself. It is more dangerous than you think in this country.
When I awoke, I found most of my things were gone. My passport, my notes, my letter of credit. I could find no trace of them anywhere. And my door is locked from the outside. June 20th. There is work of some kind going on in the castle. Now and then I hear the faraway muffled sound of mattock and spade. And last night, the second of the predated letters which Dracula made me write, the second of that series which is to blot out the very traces of my existence from the earth, went forth. Count Dracula.
Yes, my young friend.
Well, what of me? When am I free? When can I leave this place?
Free? Mr. Harker, you're always free. You want to leave? Would you like to leave tonight?
Yes, in God's name.
My dear young friend, not an hour shall you wait in my house against your will. Come, follow me. The door seems to be bolted. How strange. The door is locked.
Well, in God's name, open it.
As you will, Mr. Harker. You English have a proverb which is very close to my heart. Welcome the coming, speed the parting guest. Good night, Mr. Harker.
Shut the door! Shut the door! I tell you, shut the door! Shut!
The door is shut, Mr. Harker. I take it you will remain.
Morning, June the 30th. These may be the last words I ever write in this diary. Oh, God preserve my sanity. I have never seen Count Dracula by day. At sunrise, at the first cockcrow, he is gone. I do not understand these things. I only know that the wolves obey him, and that he is a man with hair on the palm of his hands, with sharp teeth, and no blood in his face. He casts no shadow. He cannot be seen in a glass. And he moves like a bat across the sheer face of the castle walls. He eats no food and is mortally afraid of the crucifix. As I write this, I hear in the courtyard the rolling of heavy wheels and the cracking of whips. And there is in the passageway below a sound of heavy boxes being set down. Boxes shaped like coffins. And I know what they hold. Boxes are filled with holy earth from the chapel beneath the castle. It is the last box being nailed down. And now I hear the heavy feet tramping again. The door shut, the chains rattle. In the courtyard and down the rocky way, the roll of heavy wheels, the crack of whips. Help! 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 The wagons have gone. I'm alone in the castle. I'm alone in the castle. I'm alone in the castle. I'm alone. I'm alone.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Seward. Mr. Harker's journal terminates at this point. I now present in evidence a clipping dated August 8th of that year from the Yorkshire Telegraph from our correspondent in Whitby. One of the greatest and suddenest storms on record was experienced here today. The weather has been somewhat sultry, but Saturday evening was fine. The band was playing. The piers were crowded with holidaymakers. The wind fell away entirely during the evening, and there was a dead calm. There were but few lights at sea. The only sail noticeable was a foreign schooner under full canvas, which was seemingly going westward. A little after midnight came a strange sound from over the sea, and high overhead the air began to carry a strange, faint, hollow booming. Then, without warning, the tempest broke. And there, with all sails set, was the foreign schooner rushing with terrific speed toward the shore. A searchlight was turned on her. And there, lashed to the helm, was a corpse with drooping head which swayed horribly to and fro at each motion of the ship. A moment later, she crashed. And then a strange thing was seen. At the very instant she touched, a huge dog sprang up on deck from below and, running forward, jumped from the bow onto the sand and, making straight up the east cliff toward the graveyard, vanished into the night. The Coast Guard, going aboard at dawn, found the dead man fastened to a spoke of the wheel. Tightly clutched in one hand was a crucifix. The man must have been dead for quite 2 days. In the pocket of the dead man's coat was found a bottle, carefully corked, containing a roll of paper. This proved to be an addendum to the ship's log. There was found on board only a small amount of cargo, and that of a most unusual nature. Apparently the ship carried nothing but earth, common earth, packed away in wooden boxes, shaped much like coffins.
Log of the Demeter. Russian flag, Black Sea to Whitby. July 6th. Finished taking in cargo, a queer cargo, boxes of earth. At noon, set sail, east wind, fresh. Crew, 4 hands, 2 mates, cook, and myself, captain. July 11th. Entered Bosporus. At dark, passed through Dardanelles. Mate reported in morning that one of crew, Valyoden, was missing.
Took larboard watch 8 bells last night. He was relieved by Chelich. Never came to his bunk.
Something aboard this ship.
No. Don't laugh, Captain. In the rain last night.
Oh?
A tall, thin man go up companionway and along the deck forward and disappeared. When I go to the bow, no one. And the hatchways all closed.
July 22nd. Rough weather last 3 days. All hands busy with sails. No time be frightened. Past Gibraltar and out through straits. All well. July 24th. Last night, another hand was lost. Disappeared.
By Chelichev. Leave all watch midnight. Then we never see him again. Double watch now. I don't take watch alone no more. Double watch. Double watch.
July 29th. Had single watch tonight as crew too tired to double. When morning come...
Hey! Hey, below! Banoitin! Is Banoitin below?
Banoitin's gone! Banoitin's gone like the others. Like all the others.
The mate and I have agreed to go armed henceforth, July 30th. Last night, we are nearing England. Weather fine. All sails set.
Captain! Captain! The man in the watch in the stairs was missing! Both missing!
Now, only self and mate and 1 hand left to work ship. August 3rd. 2 days of fog and not a sail sighted. At midnight, I went to relieve the man at wheel, and when I got to it, found no one there.
It's here! I know it now. I saw it. Like a man, tall and thin and ghastly pale. It was in the bows looking out. I gave it the knife, and my knife went through it.
What?
Empty as air.
What is it? What are you talking about?
It's here, and I'll find it. It's in the hold. in one of those boxes of earth. I'll unscrew them one by one and see.
He is mad. Stark raving mad. It's no use my trying to stop him. He can't hurt those big boxes. They are invoiced as common earth.
He's there, down in the cold. I know the secret now. The sea will save me from him. That's all that's left. That's all that's left.
August 4th. I am all alone on my ship. And still the fog. I dared not go below. I dared not leave the helm. So here all night I stayed. And in the dimness of the night, I saw it. I saw him. God forgive me, but the mate was right to jump overboard. It was better to die like a sailor in the blue water. But I am captain, and I must not leave my ship. I shall tie my hands to the wheel when my strength begins to fail. And along with them I shall tie that which it dare not touch, my crucifix. I am growing weaker, and the night is coming on. God and the Blessed Virgin help a poor ignorant soul trying to do his duty.
You are listening to the Columbia Network's first presentation in a new summer series of unique dramatic productions featuring Orson Welles and the Mercury Theater on the air. In just a moment, our story of Bram Stoker's Dracula will continue. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
July 11th, 1938, 87 years ago, the Mercury Theater on the air with Orson Welles. The conclusion next.
Our religious institutions are strongholds of the American way of life. Our country was founded by men who had faith in God and who were willing to endure hardship and sacrifice for the sake of that faith. Today, the religious institutions in your community need your interest and support, so take an active part in religious affairs. Your pastor, rabbi, or priest will give you invaluable family counsel and aid if you are a newcomer to the community. To face the problems of the future, America must be morally strong. And that moral strength comes through worship and faith. Go to church this week and take someone with you.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of the Mercury Theater of the air from 87 years ago, July 11th, 1938, Bram Stoker's Dracula.
We continue now with Columbia Network's presentation of Orson Welles and the Mercury Theater on the air in Dracula.
Telegram, Seward, Perfleet, to Van Helsing, Amsterdam. Lucy Westenra in alarming condition. Cannot diagnose. Come at once. Seward.
Telegram, Van Helsing, Amsterdam, to Seward, Perfleet. I'm on my way to you. Please arrange the examined patient immediately my arrival, Van Helsing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I must now explain that 6 months before the events recorded here, I had become engaged to a young lady, Lucy Westenra. We were to have been married in the spring. My old teacher, Professor Van Helsing, arrived at 4 the next afternoon. I took him at once to Lucy's house. She lay in a bed asleep. She was ghastly, chalkily pale. The red seemed to have gone even from her lips and gums, and the bones of her face stood out.
Young Miss is bad. Very bad. She must have blood or she will die. Yet she is not anemic. The qualitative analysis of her blood gives quite normal condition. It is strange. I do not like to think how strange. Look! My God, her throat, look!
The black velvet band that she always wore had dragged up a little and showed a red mark on her throat. Just over the external jugular vein were 2 punctures, not large, but not wholesome looking. The edges were white and worn looking. Well, what is it, Professor? What's wrong with her? Speak frankly. You can tell me the worst.
I wish I could, Seward. I wish I could. But I do not dare.
But won't you tell me anything?
I will tell you this. Your young lady is in a danger greater than death. You must believe me. If you leave her for one moment and harm befalls, you will not sleep easy thereafter.
September 8th. I sat up all night with Lucy.
Arthur, I'm afraid.
My dear, you can sleep tonight. I'm here watching you. Nothing can happen. And I promise if any sign of bad dreams, if I see anything, I'll wake you at once.
You will? Will you really? Then I'll sleep.
I sat all night by her bedside. And she did not wake once during the night, although a boughs or a bat or something flapped almost angrily against the window panes. September 11th. Still quoting from my private journals. It was at this time that I received a message from Purfleet. It read 10:20 p.m. St. John's Hospital, serious complications, case 891, your immediate presence, London, imperative. I had no choice. Sometime later, a paper was found among Lucy Westenra's belongings.
I write this and leave it to be seen so that no one may by any chance get into trouble through me. I went to bed as usual, taking care that the window was closed, as Dr. Van Helsing had directed. About 2 a.m, I awakened. I went to the door, called out, "Arthur! Arthur!" There was no answer. Something's broken the window. I'm in the room, alone. I dare not go out. The house seems empty. The air is full of specks, floating, circling in the draught from the window. And the light burns blue, dim. What am I to do? Something very sweet and very bitter all around me. And I seem sinking into deep water. And there's a singing in my ears.
You shall be flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood.
September 12th. Late. Only resolution and habit can let me make an entry tonight. We found her sprawled on the floor. There was a draft in the room from the broken window. Her throat was bare, showing the 2 wounds, looking horribly white and mangled.
We are too late, my friend. We have failed. God's will be done.
She's dying.
Yes. She's dying. Stay beside her. It will make much difference, mark me, whether she dies conscious or in her sleep.
It was late in the afternoon before she opened her eyes.
Arthur, oh, my love, I'm so glad you've come.
I took her hand and knelt beside her. Her breath came and went like a tired, peaceful child's. And then the light from the setting sun fell on her face, and then, insensibly, a strange change came over her. Her eyes grew suddenly dull and hard. Her breathing was heavy. The mouth opened, and the pale gums drawn back made the teeth look large and sharp.
Arthur, oh, my love, I'm so glad you've come. Kiss me. Bend down and kiss me.
Not for your life. Not for your living soul and hers. Lucy! She is dead.
Poor girl. There's peace for her at last. It's the end.
Not so. It is only the beginning. Wait and see.
Extra special, Kensington order.
Westminster Gazette, September 25th. A Hempstead mystery. The Kensington Horror, the stabbing woman, and the woman in black are vividly recalled to mind by a series of events that have taken place recently in the neighborhood of Hempstead. Several cases have occurred of young children straying from home or failing to return from their playing on the heath. In all these cases, the children have given as their excuse that they have been with a beautiful lady who offered them chocolates. In each case, the child was found to be slightly torn or wounded in the throat. The wound seemed such as might be made by a rat or a small dog.
Extra special, the Hampstead order. Read about the beautiful lady. Extra special, the Hampstead order.
The Hempstead Horror. Another child injured by the beautiful lady. We have just received intelligence that another child missed last night was only discovered late in the morning. It has the same tiny wound in the throat. Well, Seward, what do you think of that? Do you mean to tell me, my friend, that you still have no suspicion as to what poor Lucy died of?
Nervous prostration, following great loss and waste of blood.
And how was the blood lost or wasted? You are a clever man, my friend, and a good doctor. But you do not believe that there are things that you cannot understand. You are wrong, Stuart. Are you aware of all the mysteries of life and death? Can you tell me why in the pampas there are bats that come at night and open the veins of cattle and horses and suck dry those veins? How in some islands of the western seas there are bats which hang on trees all day, and then when the sailors sleep on deck because it is hot, flit down on them, and then in the morning are found dead men, as white as Miss Lucy was?
I understand none of these things.
After tonight, Stuart, if you dare to come with me, perhaps then you will understand.
September 29th. Before dawn. Now it is done. And I would sooner die 1,000 deaths than live again through what I did this night.
We will spend the night, you and I, here in this churchyard where Miss Lucy is buried. We enter the tomb.
Then?
We open the coffin. You shall yet be convinced.
Take care, Van Helsing.
Miss Lucy is dead, is it not so? Then there can be no wrong to her. But if she is not dead...
With some difficulty, we found the Westenra tomb. I took up my place behind a yew tree. On one side of the tomb, Van Helsing on the other. I was chilled and frightened. Suddenly, I saw something moving between two yew trees. A dim, white figure which held something at its breast. The figure stopped. I could not see the face, for it was bent down over what I saw to be a fair-haired child. There was a sharp little cry, such as a child gives in sleep, or a dog as it lies before the fire and dreams. Then the thing saw us. She drew back with an angry snarl. The lovely blood-stained mouth grew to an open square. If ever a face meant death, I saw it at that moment. Then suddenly she turned and vanished in the direction of the tomb.
The child is not harmed. We leave him in a safe place where the police find him. There's more to do. Come.
Now we were in the tomb. There in the coffin, the thing lay. Like a nightmare of Lucy, the pointed teeth, the blood-stained mouth. Van Helsing never looked up. From his bag, he took out a book, his operating knives, A heavy hammer and a round wooden stake, some 2 or 3 inches thick, sharpened to a fine point and hardened over a fire.
Seward! The life of this unhappy woman is just begun. Then she become what you call undead. There comes with the change the curse of immortality. She cannot die, but must go on age after age, adding new victims. Because all that die from the preying of the undead become themselves undead and prey on others. So this circle goes on, ever widening as the ripples from a stone thrown in the water. But if this lady, this undead, be made to rest as true dead, then the soul of the poor lady whom we love shall be again free.
Tell me, what am I to do?
Take this stake in your left hand, the hammer in your right.
Yes.
Place the point over the heart.
Yes.
Then, when I begin the prayer for the dead, in God's name strike. Are you ready? Now, Domine Jesu Christe, Fili de vivi, qui manus tuas ex voluntate Patri.
On the morning of July 11th, a man was found on the border of Transylvania. He talked wildly of wolves and boxes of earth and blood, and gave his name as Jonathan Harker. In the hospital at Klausenberg, he improved sufficiently to make possible his removal to England. I'm still quoting from my own personal papers. But there his condition remained so serious that he was committed for observation to a private ward in my hospital at Purfleet. Here he did so well that in 3 weeks he was completely recovered. It was during this time that his wife, Minna Harker, brought to the attention of Dr. Van Helsing and myself the journal that her husband had kept while a prisoner in the castle of a certain Count Dracula in Transylvania. I have before me the record of a meeting that took place in my study in Purfleet, transcribed by Minna Harker.
October 1st. Meeting began soon after 8. Jonathan next to me. Dr. Seward opposite to Van Helsing at the head of the table.
My friends, there are such things as vampires. Had I known at first what now I know, one so precious life had been spared to many of us who love her. The vampire which is amongst us is of himself so strong that he can direct all the elements, the storm, the fog, the thunder. He can command all the meaner things, the moth and bat, the owl and the fox and the wolf. How then are we to begin our strike to destroy him? How shall we find his place? And having found it, how can we destroy? My friends, it is a terrible task that we undertake. To fail here is not mere life or death. If we fail, we become as him. Foul things of the night, as him. What do you say?
I answer for myself.
Count me in. I'm with you.
The professor laid a small golden crucifix on the table. We took hands and our solemn pact was made.
My friends, we too are not without strength. The vampire flourishes on the blood of the living. Without this, he cannot live. He throws no shadow. He makes no reflection in a mirror. He can transform himself to a wolf, to a bat. He can come on moonlight rays as elemental dust. He can see in the dark. He can do all these things. Yet he is not free. His power ceases at the coming of the day. Then, until night, he must remain in the shape in which he finds himself, and except in his coffin home, in those earth boxes he cannot rest. When we can confine him in his coffin, then, my friends, if we obey what we know, we will destroy him.
At that moment, something flapped wildly against the window. Then
Did you hit it?
I don't know.
We looked out of the window. Against the black sky, we could see nothing.
Data in our possession. From the Count's castle in Transylvania to Whitby came 50 boxes of earth. All of these, to our certain knowledge, were delivered at Carfax. Recently, 12 of these boxes have been removed. First step, ascertain whether all the rest remain in the deserted house next door or whether any more have been removed. We must trace each of these boxes and sterilize the earth with holy water so that he can no longer seek safety in it. And we must hurry.
The events of the next few days are described in Jonathan Harker's journal.
October 2nd, 5 a.m. Just returned from the empty house. Left Mina here at home. Well, we've done our work at Carfax. The place was filthy. The air stagnant and foul and alive with rats. We counted the boxes. Only 38 of them. And over each one, the professor went through his same mysterious work. It was dawn when we got back. I found Mina asleep. She looks paler than usual.
October 2nd. Soon after they left, I fell asleep. I remember hearing the sudden barking of the dogs. And then there was silence. I got up and looked out of the window. There was a thin streak of white mist moving across the grass along the wall of the house. It dawned on me that the air in the room was heavy and dank and cold. The gaslight came only like a tiny red spark through the fog. I could see through my eyelids. The mist grew thicker and thicker. Then, as I looked, the spark divided and seemed to shine on me through the fog like two red eyes.
You shall be flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood, blood of my blood.
October 2nd, 8 p.m. We're on the track. 12 boxes were delivered last week to an empty house at 347 Piccadilly.
My dear friends, until the sun sets tonight, Dracula must retain whatever form he now has. We have this day to hunt out all his lairs and sterilize them. Then he will have no place where he can move and hide. But we have only until sunset.
The house in Piccadilly was empty, like the one at Purfleet. The same sickening smell was in the air. On a table, we found a clothes brush, a brush, and a comb, and a basin. The latter containing dirty water, which was reddened as if with blood.
The boxes are back here. 8, 9, 10, 11.
Only 11.
There's a 12th box somewhere.
Gentlemen, it is after 6. The sun is setting. We've no time to lose. He will return at any moment. Open the boxes.
Quiet. Listen. Be ready.
It is he! The window!
You waste your bullets, gentlemen. You think you baffle me? You with your pale faces all in a row like sheep in a butcher's. You think you've left me without a place to rest. But I have more. And time is on my side. The one you love is mine already. I have known her. Already my mark is on her throat. Flesh of my flesh. Blood of my blood. She is with me always. Over land. Or sea.
October 4th morning. Another meeting in the study of Purfleet.
We must find that last remaining box, gentlemen. We must find it. As long as that earth exists impure, as long as there remains one place of refuge for Dracula, there is no safety and no peace for any soul in England.
And for the undead, never peace so long as he lives. Blood of my blood. Blood of my blood.
Mina! How do you know that?
Quiet.
with me always, over land and sea.
Mina, darling, how did you know that Dracula said those...
I don't know. The words just came. Strange. There are times when somehow I feel that I'm with him.
At sunset?
Yes. Just at sunset. And again at sunrise. Dr. Van Helsing, if I could... If at that time you...
Have you the courage?
Courage for what? What do you mean?
Dr. Van Helsing here will question me.
I will question her, yes. In a state of hypnosis. The one you love is already mine, he said. She is with me always, over land or sea. Ah, Count Dracula. Perhaps she will betray you if she is really with you, this one we love. Who knows? If she is really with you over land or sea.
Blood of my blood.
Mina.
Yes.
Answer me, Mina. Are you with him?
Yes, I am with him.
Where are you?
I do not know. It is all dark.
What do you hear?
The lapping of water. I can hear it on the outside.
Then you are on a ship.
Yes.
What else do you hear?
There is the creaking of an anchor chain.
What are you doing?
Still. Oh, so still. It is like death. It's like death.
Here is a report from Matson Peabody, shipbrokers. Dated October 5th, according to Lloyd's list, the only sailing ship that left for the Black Sea yesterday was the Tsarina Katrina, bound for Varna. Some hours before she sailed, a man came alongside, all in black, driving a cart with a great box in it. This he lifted down single-handed and carried below. No one remembers having seen him after that, as heavy mist came up over Doolittle Dock until sailing time. The rest of London Harbor remained completely clear.
Our plans are made. The average sailing time from London to the Black Sea is 3 weeks. We can travel overland to the same place in 3 days. We shall be there waiting for him when he arrives.
October 15th, arrive Varna about 5 o'clock. Mina seems stronger. Every morning before sunrise and just before sunset, she speaks to Van Helsing in a trance.
Are you with him, Mina? Tell me, are you with him?
I am with him.
What can you see?
Nothing. All is dark.
What can you hear?
I can hear the waves lapping against the ship and the water rushing by. The wind is high. I can hear it in the shrouds, and the bow throws back the foam.
So, the Tsarina Katrina is still at sea, hastening on her way to Varna. The Count cannot cross running water, so he cannot leave the ship without being observed.
What do you hear, Mina?
Lapping waves and rushing water. Darkness and wind.
A whole week of waiting. Daily telegrams from Lloyd's.
Not yet reported. Not yet reported.
Rushing water and creaking mast. Darkness and wind.
October 24th. Telegram. Lloyd's, London to Harker. Tsarina Katrina reported this morning from Dardanelles.
Lloyd's, London to Harker, October 28th. Tsarina Katrina in heavy fog reported entering Galatz Harbor at 1 o'clock today.
Galatz is 38 hours from here, and the first train for Galatz leaves at 6:30 tomorrow morning. My friends, we have lost.
I am with him. I can see nothing. I can hear men's voices calling, and the roll and creak of oars and rowlocks. I can feel the air blowing upon me.
October 29th, evening. We are due between 2 and 3 in the morning, but already at Bucharest we are 3 hours late.
Something's going out. I can feel it pass me like a cold wind. I can hear far-off confused sounds. Men talking in strange tongues. Tears falling water in the howling of wolves. There's another sound. A queer sound.
Like what? Speak, Mina. Speak, I command you. I command you to speak.
Arrived in Garatz. Saw Captain Zarina Katrina.
A man come aboard with an order an hour before sunup to receive a box for a party by the name of Dracula. Not his pepper, Zarit. Emmanuel Hiddlesheim, his name was.
Mr. Hiddlesheim?
Yes.
You unloaded the box yesterday.
I gave it to Kyloff by order. Kyloff.
Mr. Kyloff?
Kyloff. This morning they find him dead inside the churchyard of St. Peter. They find him dead with his throat torn open.
October 30th evening. There are 2 ways in which Dracula can get back to his own place. By land or by water.
We've examined the map and find the most likely river is the Sereth.
You and I, Seward, will charter a steam launch and follow him up the river. Van Helsing and Mina will take the train to Veresti, and from there they will
From there we shall go in the track where Harker went, from Bistritz over to Borgo. If you have not caught him before, we shall be awaiting Dracula there.
October 31st. We arrived at Veresti at noon, Van Helsing and I. Got a carriage here, and we start in an hour. Our enemy is still on the river.
October 31st. We can run at good speed up the river at night. There's plenty of water, and the banks are wide apart.
November 1st, evening. No news all day. We hear that a big boat went up the river before us, going at more than usual speed.
November 4th. All day driving. The country gets wilder as we go. By morning, we shall reach the Borgo Pass.
November the 4th, evening. We've left the launch. We've got horses, and we follow on the track along the river. We are armed.
Look! Quick! There they are now! Heading west!
With the dawn, we could see the Slovaks some miles before us, dashing along the river with their wagon. On it is the great box.
Late in the afternoon, we reached the Borgo Pass.
Van Helsing! Look! Look!
We could see a long way all around us. Far off, beyond the white waste of snow, was the river like a black ribbon curling. Between us and the river, not afar off, came a group of men, mounted Slovaks hurrying along. In the midst of them was a wagon which swept from side to side. On the wagon was a great box.
Look!
We see 2 horsemen following fast, coming up from the south. Seward and Harker. The Slovaks with their heavy wagon are losing their ground. Now the horsemen are not more than a mile behind. Now the wagon is quite close to us. We can see the great box swaying crazily. Now they are almost upon us. Now has happened a strange thing. The wagon smashed into a great rock bed in the snow, lost its front wheels, and turned over on its side, jammed against the stone. The horses tore loose from their traces and bolted, and the Slovaks scatter and vanish after them. Then silence. Silence like comes after ringing a bell.
Look. His face.
It is Dracula, sprawled out stiff and twisted in the smear of his own holy earth. The box, in falling, has emptied the dirt onto the snow. His face is old-looking. The skin is like paper. Dr. Seward, there's no time. Look at the sun.
Sunset.
In 1 minute there is darkness and he is forever lost to us. Have you the stake of wood and the hammer?
Here.
Now, Seward, pray for us. Kneel down and pray. Harker, the stake of wood over his heart. Be not afraid, Harker. Do not look into his eyes. The hammer. Now, Harker, strike. Strike!
Flesh of my flesh. Guilt of my guilt. Death of my death. Speak and be manifest in the instant of your master's peril. Elements of darkness, rain, evil winds, mist, and mold, and tempest.
Strike!
The others couldn't. But somehow I can hear him speaking behind his eyes.
Claw, wing, tooth, scale, tissue of flesh, death of my death, dead and undead. The hand of the living is over your master. Console him, my children. This instant is no longer than the space between two heartbeats. But the night is not here, and I am lonely. Come to your master, my children. Beguile him now in the instant of his peril. Beguile him with the sound of your names. Claw, wing, tooth, scale, tissue of flesh.
Strike, Harker, strike!
There is one very dear to me who has not answered. My love, Mina. There is less than a minute between me and the night. You must speak for me. You must speak with my heart.
Give them to me! Jonathan, give them to me! The stake of wood and the hammer!
Harker!
I shall never forget that moment. The look on poor Mina's face as she stood there, the angry scar standing out on her throat, her eyes like living coals in the last red of the sunset. She had torn the stake and the hammer out of my hands with the strength of an animal.
Mina, do you know what you've done, woman? You know what you've done to us? You've released him. The evil is free.
Look! The sun! As we looked down at Dracula, the eyes saw the sinking sun, and the hate in them turned to triumph.
Flesh of my flesh. Come to me, my love. Come into the night and the darkness. You have served me well, my love. My bride,
Ladies and gentlemen, all the evidence in this case is now before you. I've added nothing. And to the best of my knowledge, I've omitted nothing that might help to throw light on the extraordinary events of the year 1891, which culminated on that terrible evening in the Borgo Pass. There remains only this one last report.
When Mina Harker seized the stake and hammer from her husband, I believe she was under some form of hypnosis. She herself remembers nothing. But whatever influence was at work on her, she must, at the last moment, have rejected it. For at the exact instant the sun disappeared, it was Mina Harker who drove the stake through the heart of the thing that called itself Dracula. At that same instant, even as we looked, the wound on the side of her throat was no more. As for Dracula, before the scream of the creature had died from our ears, the whole body crumbled into dust and passed from our sight. In the final moment of dissolution, there was in the face a look of peace, such as I never could have imagined might have rested there.
Tonight's production of Dracula by Orson Welles and the Mercury Theater was the first of 9 CBS broadcasts in which this brilliant group will bring to life a series of great narratives, all presented in the immediacy of the first-person singular. In presenting them each Monday evening at this time during the summer season, the Columbia Network is bringing a complete theatrical producing company to the air for the first time. In the cast tonight, Dr. Van Helsing was played by Martin Gabel, Jonathan Harker by George Coulouris, Dr. Seward by Orson Welles, the Russian captain by Ray Collins, the mate by Carl Swenson, Mina Harker by Agnes Moorehead, Lucy Westenra by Elizabeth Farrer, and Count Dracula by Orson Welles. Bernard Herrmann composed the original music and conducted. Dan Seymour speaking. Davidson Taylor supervised the production for the Columbia Network. And now here is the director to tell you about next week's Mercury Theater production, Mr. Orson Welles.
Ladies and gentlemen, what are your favorite stories? If there is one you're particularly fond of and would like to hear on the air, will you please write me about it? Next week, the Mercury Theater is going to tell you Robert Louis Stevenson's exciting yarn about pirates and the sea, Treasure Island. Until then, just in case Count Dracula has left you a little apprehensive, one word of comfort. When you go to bed tonight, don't worry. Put out the lights and go to sleep. It's all right. You can rest peacefully. That's just a sound effect. There. Over there in the shadow, see? It's nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. I think it's nothing. But always remember, ladies and gentlemen, there are werewolves. There are vampires. Such things do exist.
This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
"87 years ago, July 11th, 1938, Orson Welles and the Mercury Theater on the air. Up next, we'll see what's going on with the couple next door.
Everyone who works for a living knows that illness or injury may keep them from earning a living. Today, more than 9 out of 10 American workers are covered by Social Security, and each one should know that if he becomes severely disabled, he and his family may be eligible for monthly Social Security disability payments. More than 1 million people are now receiving benefits each month under this program. For more information about Social Security disability benefits, write to Social Security, Department 15, Hollywood 28, California, and ask for a free copy of Booklet 29 called If You Become Disabled.
We wrap up this Friday program with an episode of The Couple Next Door starring Peg Lynch and Alan Bunce. This originally broadcast 65 years ago today, July 11th, 1960.
CBS Radio brings you The Couple Next Door, written by Peg Lynch and starring Peg Lynch and Alan Bunce.
May I help you?
Yes, I'm Mrs. Piper. You called, or somebody did, to say that the fish, the muskie that my husband brought in to have stuffed and mounted was ready. I thought I'd pick it up and surprise him with it tonight.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Piper. It's ready. I'll bring it right back.
I've never been in a taxidermist shop before. Have you, Anne? Look at this stuffed owl. My, he looks a little moth-eaten, isn't he?
Look at this skunk. Now, why would anybody want a skunk stuffed?
I don't know. It's beyond me why anyone wants a fish stuffed. Sometimes my husband baffles me. You know, if it were a beautiful big swordfish or a 300-pound marlin or something.
Yes, or even a moose.
Yeah, that's not a fish.
I know, but the antlers are pretty.
Yes.
Now, what's pretty about a fish?
I know.
Here we are, Mrs. Piper. And I don't think you and your friend can look at this and say, what's pretty about a fish? Isn't he magnificent?
Why, that can't be my husband's fish. It was much bigger. No. You've got the wrong fish. Piper was the name, and it was a 21-pound, 6-ounce muskie, and he brought it in
Mrs. Piper, believe me, this is Mr. Piper's muskie.
No.
Now, in the process of stuffing and mounting, it causes a certain amount of shrinkage, you know, which I wish you had explained to Mr. Piper, who may be somewhat concerned.
Concerned? He's going to hit the ceiling.
Have you noticed how often people serve dips at parties these days? Well, the perfect chips to dip are king-size style Fritos corn chips. The flavor is great, and they won't break at the slightest touch either. Fritos corn chips are made to munch.
Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos corn chips. It's not polite to smack your lips, but you can't help it with Fritos corn chips. Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos corn chips.
Listen, will you stop fluttering around the kitchen and stand still a minute? I got something to tell you.
Well, I'm getting dinner, and I have something to tell you, too. But I think I'll feed you first and fortify you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Never mind. Go on. I'm all ears. What do you have to tell me? What is it?
Well, at lunch today, lunch today, a guy came over to the table, from the paper and asked if I was the if I was the famous local angler who had caught a 21-pound, 6-ounce muskie at Mallard Lake. Well, I admitted it.
Yes, modestly. Go on.
And he said he'd like to get a picture and a story. Well, I told him one of the guys with me, Fred Beitner, took a picture and then discovered after he got back home that,
Yes, he hadn't put any film in the camera,
no
which,
film in
of
the
course,
camera.
I still don't understand. Film always shows red and has a number.
Well,
Fred
we
had
were
looked
all
at
excited. Never mind that. The point is that this Post-Bulletin reporter said as soon as I got the muskie back from the taxidermist to let him know, and he'd get a picture of the fish, with me, and a story, because he said he had checked, and it is the largest muskie ever caught in the state.
Uh-huh.
Boy, you are the greatest one to tell some news to. Uh-huh, she said.
Well, it isn't that, dear. It's... Well, sometimes things don't always turn out quite the way we expect them to,
What?
Well, sometimes we look forward to something and we're so excited, and then it turns out to be a little, disappointing, like a party or a trip, and it just...
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
I understand what you're saying, but what's that got to do with anything?
Well, I was going to wait until after dinner, but... Well, I have a surprise for you, dear.
What?
The taxidermist called today to say the fish was ready. So...
It is?
Yeah.
Why didn't you call me up? I could have picked it up.
Just a second. I picked it up. I brought it home. It's here.
The fish is here?
Yeah.
Where? Where is it?
Just a minute. Well, just step into the dining room. It's propped up on the buffet. Now, he said...
In the dining room?
Yes, right there. He said to be careful because the shellac has to dry thoroughly. Also, I was to tell you...
Oh! Why... This is not my fish.
Just a minute. That's what I have to tell you.
This is not my fish.
Yes, it is. Now, listen.
What happened to it?
Well, it shrunk. He said that always happens with stuffing and mounting.
Shrunk?
And, yes.
It shrunk?
Yes, the taxidermist said you might... The taxidermist said you might be a little upset about it, but it always shrinks a little in mounting.
Shrinks a little?
Yes.
What, this looks like a minnow compared to what I thought. Mine was 21...
Yeah, the taxidermist explained, dear. Even owls shrink.
I don't care about owls.
Even lions and tigers and even mice heads will shrink.
I don't... Mice heads?
I mean moose heads. It got me so nervous. I'm scared to death to show this to you because I know how you've been about this fish, but truly, dear, it always happens.
Not my fish.
Well, it is your fish.
No.
Well, it is your fish. It was the only fish the taxidermist had. He said it wasn't even possible that he could have made a mistake. Anyhow, you can see the place on the head where our cats got at it on the back porch, and I think the taxidermist did a very nice job of patching up that chunk that was chewed out.
Nice job? Fish looks as though he bumped into a door.
Well, the man said he had to build up that spot that the cats had already eaten, dear.
He pulled the skin so tight. I mean, the darn muskie looks as though he's smiling.
Well, does it matter? I mean, isn't it better to have a fish that looks pleasant than one that looks kind of mad at everyone? Oh, honey, he hasn't shrunk that much. He looks lovely. And while I'm getting dinner, why don't you take hammer and nails and get him hung up?
I'm not going to hang him up. He looks ridiculous.
Oh,
Look at him. He's grinning.
Oh,
Looks like a Cheshire cat in Alice in
He
Wonderland.
does not. And it says underneath how much he did weigh. See?
Yeah.
You hang him up. When he's on the wall, he'll look fine. You'll see.
21 pounds.
More from the couple next door in just a moment.
Dave, about those trees you took down. I'd help cut 'em up for part of the wood.
As soon as I feel better, Ed.
What's wrong?
Had nagging backache lately with sleepless nights. Feel tired out.
Just the way I felt with backache. Better try to get relief.
How?
Try Doan's pills.
Right. Doan's pills are an analgesic and mild diuretic to the kidneys. Nagging backache, also headache, dizziness, and muscular aches and pains, may come on with overexertion, emotional upsets, or everyday stress and strain. Doan's pain-relieving action is often the answer, and they also offer mild diuretic action through the kidneys. So if nagging backache is making you feel worn out, tired, and miserable with restless, sleepless nights, don't wait. Try Doan's pills, used successfully by millions for over 60 years. See if they don't bring you the same welcome relief. Get Doan's pills today. To save money, buy Doan's big economy size.
Honey, come on in and take a look. Honey, you were right, hanging on the wall looks fine, Anyhow, certainly impressive.
I'm coming right in, dear. Dinner's almost ready. You're not hanging him over the mantel. In the living room?
Oh, certainly. Where did you think I was hanging him?
In your den. You're not going to have him in the living room.
This is the biggest muskie ever caught in this state. He is certainly
Not
going to...
in the living room. Now,
Well,
we
he
have fussed so having everything just right in here. You wouldn't even let me put a lovely picture of my mother on the mantel because you said it was poor taste to have relatives all over the living room.
Well, I am not related to the fish. And besides, I did not catch your mother with a bucktail fly on a number 8 hook.
You mean this muskie's more important than my mother?
Oh, sweetheart, I love your mother, but she's not a prize fish.
Thank you. I'm sure she'll be delighted to hear it.
Oh, darling,
But this
sweetie,
is...
don't you realize what it means to be an angler or a fisherman? I mean, man is born, he lives, and he dies. In between times, special things happen to him, like getting married or being elected president of something, or making a hole-in-one, or catching a prize fish.
You mean catching me's on a par with catching a fish?
I mean that I called the Post Bulletin, and they're coming out tomorrow to take pictures of me and the fish.
Tomorrow? Oh, well, I have to wash my hair, get the children ready.
Oh, darling, I mean, they're interviewing me.
Well, aren't we part of you?
Well...
Betsy, bring Bobby in. We've got to have dinner so I can wash your hair and mine tonight. The paper...
Oh, well, keep smiling there, old boy. Maybe you'll get in the picture tomorrow, and maybe not.
Couple Next Door stars Peg Lynch and Alan Bunce.
65 years ago, July 11th, 1960, The Couple Next Door, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Thanks so much for making us a part of your day, and we'll be back with more tomorrow, including Gunsmoke, Have Gun Will Travel, and Screen Director's Playhouse. I'm Wyatt Cox, and have yourself a great Friday. Talk to you for Saturday's edition of Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox.